Okay, good evening, I guess. So today I'm going to discuss the exam. If you have any questions, it's a time to ask questions. I'm going to go through every detail of what's going to be an exam. And also I'm going to give you question 9, take home. Basically when you answer question 9, you can actually write it on the piece of paper, you bring it in and you have to actually transform into Excel. The exam is going to be online, and I've posted the room number on the web, and you're going to show up there exactly at 6:30. It takes 2 hours, depending on when we start, 2 hours from the start. And we're going to use Excel. Everything's going to be online, of course online in front of me. You can't be online sitting with your pajamas with 6 others trying to figure out the exam. So it has to be in front of me. It has to be, you can't have access to any electronic spreadsheets. So this is not like having a spreadsheet next to you and just cut and pasting the formulas and get it done. It doesn't work. So basically you need to bring with you, it's an open book, open note, but everything is hard copy, open notes and open book. So in other words, it disciplines you to just write down, go through it, through the questions, so when you come here, you're ready to answer any questions, okay? So it's not gonna be electronic, even though in the lab, you can get access to the immediately internet. I'm gonna do the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna come behind every computer and unplug the little Ethernet, so you don't have any access to it. You can't have anything on your C drive, desktop, except the exam. And the way I'm gonna get the exam, you can't email it to yourself, you can't do anything. I'm just gonna come around with a little flash drive, boom, and we're gonna transfer it into my little flash drive. I lose that flash drive, we're done, okay? It's gonna be tied in here, around my neck or something, I don't know. So basically, that's what we're gonna do. Everything is gonna be on the screen, and you're gonna answer like this, for example. Everything's gonna be a screen. You're gonna see numbers and you're gonna type in. Now, Excel, you say, can I bring a calculator? You don't need a calculator because Excel is the biggest calculator in front of you, okay? So you can use the white space to do my calculations. You can do anything you want as long as you put the answers in the box. Okay, the answers have to be formulae answers. You can't just type it in because decimals matter. So it has to be an actual calculation of Excel. So use Excel for your Black-Scholes, use Excel for everything that you need to calculate, okay? You're gonna have inputs and an output page. And then what I do actually, I build this macro, very fancy dynamic model. So when I dump all the data into my Excel sheet, it has a little matching and it gives you an automatic grade for the exam. Obviously it will have to take every numbers in, and then if it needs to be curved, I'll do that too. But, so it's an Excel spreadsheet that is going to have 9 questions, okay? So, first things first, I'm going to break up the whole exam into 3 sections, a little more organized, okay? The first section is going to repeat some of the stuff in the midterm, okay? Second section and third section will be what we learn after the midterm, which is futures, forwards, swaps, FRAs, and IROs, FRAs, IROs. The first section, which is going to be 30 points, is basically going to be options, both the strategy options and valuation. So let's dive into the details, okay? Question 1 of section 1, okay? It will be, I don't know exactly the numbers, but it will be basically what we did on the midterm. just to get you ready. It's going to be one of those grids, right? That has it will be a grid like that. It has the action. It has the type of option. Okay? It's going to have the S, the X, and the premium. And you have to calculate the payoff, profit, break-even, stock. That's it. Very simple. Should be quick. Should be everything like that. Okay? So for example, action buy or $100 stock, 110x, premium 3. So you got to find the premium, or S minus X, the call option, the payoff is 0 because you're out of the money. You want exercise, so your profit is -3. Break even would be 113, right? Something like that. Got it? That's easy. Boom, boom. That's a put option, call option, buy, sell. Okay? Straddles, spreads, everything we learned. Okay? Butterfly spreads, things like that. Yes?
Should we use formulas?
What do you mean?
In this,
Yeah, you're going to do formulas. You're going to go in here, you're going to do maximum on this minus that. 0, type 0. Yep. I mean, I don't care about it. I'm not going to go into the formula and make sure you get the formula. Of course, it's going to match the number. The problem is, if you just type in -3, it should work. But when we do Black-Scholes later, you can't type -3.67. It won't work. I may have some rounding in there. It might work, but it might, yeah, no, because you have to have the actual calculation. Okay? Just do the calculation. You have problems with Excel? Yeah? Yeah?
No, problem.
Yeah.
No, I don't have.
Okay.
I don't
Who
have.
has
But I
actually,
mean,
who has never used Excel in their lives? Yeah?
I just want.
You used Excel in your life?
Yeah, I use it.
I know, you
But
like it.
I just want to make sure I can calculate it faster without formula.
What do you mean?
In-
In your head?
Yeah, in this section.
Yeah, okay. Well, this section is easy.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
why.
Unless I do this. You know, 100.345 or something. You know, it will look crazy. But if it's a solid number, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's going to match. If you want to type it in, it's fine. I don't care about actual formulas, I told you.
Okay.
You can type it in, but if you use your calculator and put it in, you might have a problem. I'm going to go and do a little audit. But, you know, I can't trust the computer with your hand. You put it in a decimal and we're off. I'm going to be arguing, fighting, and punching each other because you're 0.67 off because you typed it in versus the computer did a 0.665 or something. Okay? So use the Excel as your tool to do it. Okay? But here, if you think the solid numbers are the same, it's fine. Okay. So that's question 1. I don't know how many. Probably I'm going to put in like with 10 points. Maybe put like maybe 6. Some of them are 2 pointers. The other ones are 1 pointer. Something like that. 6 type of 6 lines or 8 lines. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. Okay. Any questions on that? Does everyone understand what this thing, or nobody saw this before in their lives? We did this in the midterm. This is just to get you ready. Okay? So we're going to hold section 1, question 1, with basically strategies. I won't have the same thing as the midterm with the, you know, strategy, this and that. It will be like very straightforward mathematics here. Okay? Now you have to remember, sell, buy, butterfly spreads, bull spreads, everything. Just print all my spreadsheets. Okay? So basically a midterm, exam plus spreads in that. Okay. question 2 of section 1, you're going to calculate call or put option to value a premium, to find the premium using the binomial pricing model. Okay? Using the two-stage binomial pricing model. Now let me give you a little, I never really taught specifically this. If I have dividends on this two-stage binomial pricing model, you have, I think you had a homework anyway on that. When you do the binomial pricing model, since I'm the code, I have to use just this part of it. So if you want to do a binomial pricing model and you have dividends, you got to check the language when the dividends are subtracted. Okay? If I don't say anything, if I say dividends, pure dividends, okay? Then you will subtract. You know, once you have dividends, you will subtract the dividend right here. So if I say it's a 3% yield on 100, so you're going to start with 97. Got it? And if I say the dividends after the first period, let's say you're going to do 110, 90. You will go to 110 here, 90, and then you're going to do X dividend. Let's say the dividend is 3% or even $1. If I give you $1, let's say $3 dividend, you would do 107, 80, 87. Or if I give you a 3% yield, it will be 3% of that, so it will be 97% of that number and 97% of this number, so it will be different, two different numbers. Okay? And then you can do your stage 2 and calculate and bring it back, calculate the thing that we learned. Okay?
Can you repeat what you said about the 97?
You know, dividends are expressed in percentages or amounts, dollars. If I put a 3% yield, it's 3% yield on the stock. So you have to subtract 3% on the stock. So that's 1 minus 3%, that's 97, right? So it'll be 97% of it. If I give you $1, let me see what I have here. Yeah, if I have a, you know, it will be, if I give $1, you're going to subtract both sides. See? Okay? So basically, if I say after the first period, do this. If I say nothing, you will adjust the initial stock. And then you go up and down from there. Okay? Any questions? Could be a call or a put. If it's a call or a put, doesn't matter because you're going to do that. This is a method 2. You're going to do your P, calculate the probability. And if it's a put, you're going to calculate, you're going to have numbers here. It's going to be below the X. If it's a call, it will probably numbers here, but you're going to apply the same probabilities up and down. Okay? Does anybody got that, or you want me to go through exact example? Yes.
But the number is the same, right, regardless of whether it's at the first or initially, right?
Well, all the numbers are the same, it's just the probability.
It just changes the model.
Well, it would change down here if the X is minus S. If it's a put, it's X minus S. If it's a call, it's S minus X, right?
Oh.
So if I have an X, 110, of course you're going to ask yourself up here, let's say you're gonna have another up and down, another 1.1, 121 here. So you're gonna ask here 121, 110, it's 21 on a call option, right? And then you're gonna do this, it's gonna be 0 here, and 0 here. Okay, so you're gonna do P times 21 plus 1 minus P times 0 divided by 1 plus I to get here. And here is gonna be 0, and then you have to do this using that, right? If it's a put option, a 110, well, you're not gonna exercise here. Probably you're gonna exercise here because it's gonna be below 110. And you're gonna exercise here. So you're gonna have two numbers here. And you apply the same P up here, 1 minus P here is gonna give you 0, whatever it's gonna give you, and that kind of thing. Got it? Yep, everyone got that, or just it's all Greek to you? Yeah? Who wants me to actually do an actual example? Yeah,
Wait, can you go through them?
okay, I'll give you one example, okay? I'll do this one, but it won't be the same. Okay, let me get a better marker. Actually, YouTube I can only put in half an hour. So if you go more than half an hour, I'm gonna have 2 or 3 sections. Okay, let's do green. So it's gonna have something like that. S. Not that one. Jesus Christ. Okay. So I'm gonna have S 100, U 1.2. Actually, let's do one with a dividend. S 60, U 1.15, D 0.95, X 60, I 3%, dividend 5% after the first stage. Okay? 2 stages. Stages. 2. That's what you need to know.
It's a call.
I'm going to say. So, calculate a call. Yeah,
What is that second to last line?
this one? Huh?
The second to last.
This?
Yeah.
After the first stage. Dividends after the first stage.
And how much is it?
5%, sorry. After the first stage, after the first stage, first period actually. That's what you call after the first period. Because if I do after the second period, you're gonna hit it the second time. If I do nothing at all, it will be the initial start, okay? So, we're gonna have a little boxes here. We're gonna have it ready for you, all little boxes, right? So you're gonna do this, that, since it's 2 stages, you're gonna be like that. So that's what you're gonna see basically. First, you can do the P's. Let's get some other information. Remember the P formula? 1 plus I minus down, up minus down. Okay? So, let's do that first. So, 3%, so 103 minus D, 0.95, divided by 115 minus 0.95. Okay. I calculate about 40% here. 1 minus P equals 0.60%. 0.6, 0.4 and 0.6. Okay, just have that on the side. We're gonna come back to this. So now you're gonna fill the blank. 60, 1.15, 0.95. 1.5 plus times 60, 69. Actually, let me just correct something here. Because I have dividends. I have to deal with the dividends first. So 69, and here is 57. 0.95 times 0.95 times 60 is 57. Okay? Now I'm going to translate into dividends. So I'm going to have another box here. 97% of 69, 65.55. So that's 97% because that's 1 minus dividend. Here's 1 minus dividend, 97%. Say again?
Dividend, 5%.
Ah, 5%, right. Yeah, that's right, sorry, yeah. So 95% of 57 is 54,115. Now from here, you're going to go up and down. So 1.15, 0.95. So here is 75.38, and here is 62.27, going up 1.1. It happens to be the same. So make sure that the two boxes, sometimes they're different, but it happens to be the same. And here is 0.95 times 54.15 is 51.44. So the first thing you have to do, you calculate the, I'm going to do it with red. You calculate the CU squared, call option up, squared. Actually, damn it, this is, hey, what the hell? It won't work. Nobody works. Nothing works. Nothing. So here you're going to calculate, I don't have any room here. You're going to calculate, you're going to ask yourself, 75, I think it's 75. You just put 75, 78. Okay, 75, 38, S minus X, X is 60, so you get 15, 38. Right? That's S minus X. Right? Here, still in the money, 62.27 minus 60, 2.27. So this is CU square, CU up and D, and CD square. 51 is below 60. You want exercise, so it's 0. Makes sense? And then you're going to calculate now 1538 times 40% plus 227 times 60% divided 1 plus 0.03. When I do that, I get to 730. And I calculate this relationship, 2.27 times 40% plus 0 times 60%, 1 plus 0.03. When I do that, I get 0.88. Then I do 0.730 times 40% plus 0.88 times 60% to bring it to the next stage back, 1 plus 0.3, When I do that, I get 3.35 for the call option. So that's the premium. That's the answer. Any questions? Yeah? Probability going up is 40% going up to 15. The probability coming to 227 is 40%. Present value back, one stage, is 730. Probability of staying at 227, probability going down to 0, 60-40. One present value back that, you bring it to the first stage, and you do the probability staying up, down, present value back, 335. Any questions? If this was a put option, exact same thing. I may ask you to do a put option too. So put option, of course, these numbers change. Sorry, these numbers change, only these numbers. Everything is the same on a put option. But on a put option, see that again, I guess. Put option. So put option squared, PUD PD squared. So PU squared, 75 is 60. You want exercise. 62, you want exercise. 5144, you will exercise. The difference is 856. I didn't do the numbers. I didn't run a put option. So now you're going to calculate here 0, here 0, which is 0. And here you're going to do 0. And here it's going to be actually 0.88. Times 60, you get some kind, so no 0.88, sorry, 856. 856 times 60 divided by 103, you get to a number here. If anyone wants to do it, it's basically 856 times 60 divided by 103. So 60% of 8, let's say, is 48. 103 down. So like 45 or something, 4.5 or something, I don't know what it is. I'm just making up, I could be off. So 4.5, and then you do 0 times 60 plus 4.5 times 40, divided by 103. So 60% of 40, let's say this would be like something like $2.40. I don't know, I just made it out of my head. You gotta use Excel to do it, okay? You got it, you got the point, right? So this is how you do a cool put option. Any questions? So that's question 2. Could be a put or call option. So 10 points first question, 10 points second question, 10 points third question, and we're done with the first section. The third question of section 1 would be a Black-Scholes model. Just a straightforward Black-Scholes. Could be a call option Black-Scholes or a put option Black-Scholes. Now there is just a formula. There's nothing really, it's very straightforward. I'm going to give you all the input and you got to build a Black-Scholes. Okay? There's no thinking there. So you need to know the formula, you need to build it, you need to find D1, D2, normalize D1, D2. You have to know the formulas on Excel, how do you do it. You can look at my spreadsheet. So, question 2, I will give you the S, the X, I will give you the I, and the sigma, which is the standard deviation. I may give you the delta, which is dividends. If dividends are 0, then it's easier, but it could be a dividend number too. Okay? any had a question about Black-Scholes, or you want me to go through an example of Black-Scholes? Let me go through a Black-Scholes example,
You don't mind?
yeah?
I mean,